Hey, True Believers England team here, and I am here with Dalton. Are you with us?
Yes, hello.
And of course, the real Dr. VENKMAN, except no substitutes.
What's up?
And Dominic, Dominic, how you doing down there?
I'm doing good. Englandine, how about yourself?
Right. I was doing good. See, a lot of you know that I don't usually live stream on Wednesdays. This is usually mine and Gail's day out. We decided to have a day in. It's been storming. And so I figured, let me read a comic book. And I saw this, the United States of Captain America was out. I was like, yeah, let's give it a try. It took me 9 pages. And I don't even think I made it 9 pages. But it just took me a few, and I was like, "This is infuriating. This is actively ticking me off. This book is." So I thought I have to do a bad comic beatdown, and I was all geared up to do a video and everything for Old Man Comics. And I thought, you know what? Nah, let's screw it. Let's do it. Let's do it live. If this is successful, by the way, all future Bad Comic Beatdown lives will be over on Old Man Comics. So the link's in the description below. Make sure not only you're subscribed, but your notifications are on, and that you actually watch the videos, because otherwise, you know, what's the point? So anyway, let me tell you something. I've done some live streams. I've done some videos with Eric, and we've talked about Captain America. And one thing I've said is Captain America got shot in the head about 15 years ago, and he's never been back. They've had a character they called Captain America, but he's not Captain America. They continuously hand him over to people who, one, do not understand the American dream or America itself, and two, do not like the country. Therefore, Captain America does not like the country. So while I'm reading this comic book and I'm reading what they're having Captain America say about the country, I come to realize more than any other character, Captain America needs to be freed from Marvel Comics. I honestly believe that Marvel Comics is detrimental to this character. I sense nothing of love for this country. You don't have to agree with everything we do. And in some places, even I've been upset with the things that have happened. I don't like former Vice President Biden, but I love America. See how that works? But you get a lot of people and people who write for Marvel Comics who says stuff like, you know, they didn't like Trump, therefore they didn't like America. They're ashamed of their country right now. And that's horrible. If you do that, if you think that way, you need to walk away from the character. Because even when you criticize America, you have to do it with a sense of, you have to understand that with a Captain America, by the way, is what I'm talking about. It has to be done with a sense of reverence and respect for the institution, for the fact that this country is based on the rights of the individual. And unfortunately, I'm not seeing that. And so I read the first part of this book, and it got me so angered that earlier I was asked, which one is worse? Is it Secret Empire, or is it the book we're about to read? And I said, I actually believe the first 6 or so pages of this book are worse than the entirety of Secret Empire, because Secret Empire was a fake Nazi Cap. This is supposedly the real Cap. So we'll get started in just a second. I do want to say hello to Kenny 9.6 saying RIP Cap. Now there is what appears to be the San Francisco version running along. Yep. Let's see. Dominic's in the house right here. Gnarly Pop saying hashtag Salty Army. Let's see. Hey, Mike or Matthew, how you doing? Came back for Cap. Yep. Samuel's in the house. What happened to Iron Man recently happened to Cap off screen. We have an imposter. And let's see. I think Brubaker did okay with Steve in Secret Avengers. And I guess off panel is a better phrase for that, says Sam. Well, you know what? Let's get into this thing. Hopefully, this will work out. What's going to happen is everybody's agreed that basically we're going to read through this, and then we're going to be doing comments as we go, but basically interview style. So I appreciate everybody doing that. First of all, come on, guys. That is a really nice cover, isn't it?
It is.
At the very least, they got that part right. You can see it behind me. You can see it behind me here as well, and it's done well. But that was going through the the coats run as well, because they get like Alex Ross to do these covers, and what's on the inside is a hell of a lot different.
Yeah,
this is the full
not indicative.
Yeah, this is the full cover. Let me see if I can't make it so I can read chats and everything like that while all of this is going on.
Is that a fold-out cover?
Yeah, I think it is. I think, or it's a double thing.
Double-sided issue.
Yeah.
The back cover is the front, part.
Yeah. Okay. I personally like the guided view, so eventually we're gonna get there. So let's go here. I'm loyal to nothing except the dream. This is Steve Rogers. I actually said that once. Here's the thing about the dream, though. A dream isn't real. When we wake up, it goes away, and we're left with this yearning inside, like something was taken from us. At least that's one kind of dream. But lately, spending my days in the country as the years march on by, I'm starting to think America actually has two dreams and one lie. The first American dream is the one that isn't real. It's the one some people expect to just be handed to them. And then they get angry when it disappears. When the truth is, it never really existed in the first place. And we see he's cooking through, and basically it looks like he's boiling potatoes like he would in 1940, like nothing has happened since 1940. And he goes on to say, Germans have this neat word, Fernweh. It means a longing or a nostalgia for a place you've never been, or for a place that might never have existed at all. Americans, we have a word for that in the States. It's called Americana. This is the white picket fence fallacy that, if we're not careful, becomes nationalism and jingoism. That dream isn't real. It never was, because that dream doesn't get along nicely with reality. Other cultures, immigrants, the poor, the suffering, people easily come to be seen as different or un-American. This is Captain America, ladies and gentlemen. The white picket fence becomes a gate to keep others out. We're at our best when we keep no one out. Alrighty. This, by the way, is the way writers see America. Therefore, they put these words into his mouth. Let me tell you something. I've said this before. I'll say this again. The American dream is not a white picket fence. It never was. That never was. The American dream is that it doesn't matter who your parents were. You can succeed no matter who, no matter what you are. If anyone is telling you different, they're lying. No matter what their color, they're lying. If somebody is telling you that you cannot achieve because somebody you never met did something to someone else you never met 200 years ago, and you buy into that, that's on you. I'm sorry, but this right here is freaking disgusting to me that they have Captain America of all people saying this. That if you succeed in America, you are essentially, ultimately, your success keeps others out. No, the success, it is not a finite pie. One great thing is everybody can be successful if they try hard to some degrees. You're going to have winners. You're going to have losers. I am one of the losers in this life beyond as far as money is concerned. Familial, I think I hit the freaking jackpot. But I understand a lot of people, they will gauge this monetarily, and for that I am. But you know what? I don't stop trying because the American dream is real. This is disgusting. You know what? Dalton, you look like you have something to say. Please find the period, though.
Okay. Where to freaking begin with this crap? Okay. First of all, your dichotomy of dream versus reality is bollocks to begin with, because people get inspired by their dreams. Inventors feel the need to create the things they dream up in reality. That's why we have the cliche geek example is, we wouldn't have cell phones were it not for the Star Trek communicator, and we wouldn't have the space shuttle if it not for the Starship Enterprise. So you can take that dream versus reality dichotomy, especially given that you people don't tend to believe in objective reality. You think everything is a social, arbitrary, evaluative construct rather than anything relating to logic or reality. So you can shove that whole distinction right up your posterior, quite frankly. Second of all, no one, not a single person, has ever felt entitled to have their dreams come true, except for people who already have most everything they could conceivably want and don't know a world without it. And thirdly, the point of America has always been bringing the best of every other nation together and finding a place in it. The old Schoolhouse Rock meme, the Great American Melting Pot. And nationalism isn't opposed to that. There are different kinds of nationalism. Stop conflating every kind of nationalism with hyper-strict ethno-nationalism. There's such a thing as civic nationalism, which doesn't require any discrimination other than our country should exist and should have borders to it. Conflating those two things is a dumbass thing that is philosophically untenable, you morons. Okay, I'm done for the moment. There.
Do I get 50 seconds on the clock? I was kidding. Go ahead. Unmute yourself, Ingleton.
Oh, no wonder he couldn't hear me. I'm like, put a period on it. Dalton.
Yeah, you were muted, but it was convenient for me in this.
No kidding. Oh my gosh. I was like, if only you get 50 seconds. All right, let's keep going here. I was gonna say if anybody had anything to say, but Dalton had everything. We'll keep going here. All righty. So we see him wiping down the shield. He says a good dream is shared radically and shared with everyone. When something isn't shared, it can become the American lie. The lie is a real problem because it comes in the form of an empty promise. And while back, we told the world that they could come here for a better life, but too often we turn our backs on them. Instead of a dream, they get handed a raw deal. Then there is the second dream. This one's real, but we don't hold it or own it. Heck, we can't even touch it. We reach for it. We work, we toil, we struggle, we fight together. We may never reach it, but we never stop trying. That's my dream. The Smithsonian. Okay. The freaking hell is this dream? This is where I ended. What is his dream? You want me to go back over that? Seriously. Let me go back over to, okay, this is the one that he believes in. There is a second dream. Mind you, he just told you that we will be crappy to immigrants. Forget about the fact for, I think even right now, I think, what is it? You've got Asians are doing better than even the white people, the people who are supreme in America right now, according to the left. And I believe some Africans are doing better than anyone else in America as well. So according to him, though, because we say come in legally, he's saying, you know what? We turn our back on him. Okay? You know what? I didn't get the writer. Please, if one of you can look him up. But I literally just want to tell that guy to go himself. He has no freaking clue what he's talking about. But then he goes on and says, then there is a second dream. This one is real, but we don't hold it or own it. Heck, we can't even touch it. We reach for it. We work, we toil, we struggle, we fight together. We may never reach it, but we never stop trying. That's my dream. The Smithsonian is putting on an exhibit called Americans Who Fight. Tell you the truth, I don't really love the name, only because sometimes we fight when I feel we could have handled things another way. In my mind, there were Americans who fought, sure, but also reached. And we see a couple of things. They laid themselves bare, and they did it without serums or powers. By the way, no dream has been mentioned. The museum wants to put my shield on display. They have an old replica, but they believe the real deal would mean more to people. But unlike those other folks, the ones who reached with selfless clarity, I find myself too often stripped of what I'm supposed to stand for. I'm pretty easy to repurpose for people's various agendas. No crap. Marvel's been doing it for 15 years. 15 years we haven't seen Captain America in freaking Marvel.
Yeah.
I'm also, you know what? Okay, I'll take a no. You know what? Excuse me. I'm also an easy target when things in this country get bad. And believe me, they can get bad. Yes, every time we have anyone in office like they do, or people in Congress, or people in the streets burning stuff down, telling people that they can't succeed based on color, and they're the same freaking color.
Do you want the writers' names?
What is this jackass's name?
Josh Trillo and Christopher
Josh Trillo.
And KENDRA.
Holy shit, this guy's bad. The American dream is you got a shot, no one can stop that. That's it.
Exactly.
There is no, the American dream isn't success. It's the opportunity for success. It's that you could go out and try without government interference, but too many freaking dumbasses are out there wanting the government to interfere more and more. They just don't understand. They just don't know it. This seems like it wasn't written by a writer of fiction. It sounds more like a Democrat podium speaker, says Samuel Proctor. Maranya saying, you know who got shafted a lot? The 442 division formed of soldiers who came from the internment camps in the U.S. They fought for a country that put them in camps. Yep. Couldn't have said it better. Christopher Cantwell is a effing moron. He hates the wealthy, white men, patriotism, populist, nationalist borders. And Christopher Cantwell, Band of Brothers, watch it.
Yeesh.
Well, Band of Brothers is good, though. All righty. So there you go. And hello to Joe. He goes on to say, I'm also an easy target when things in this country get bad. And believe me, they can get bad. Sometimes it gets so far away from the 1940 when I first got injected that it all seems pretty ridiculous. And we see people what are they burning in effigy? Oh, Captain America. Okay. Could it be also because Marvel wrote you as a freaking Nazi?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Honestly, I've started to wonder if I divide more than I unite. So often a shield can become something to hide behind. It.
What it's for, but okay. What? What happened?
He's going crazy.
I'm
He's always
just
been
waiting my
crazy.
turn to talk again, but I don't know what's going on.
Dominic, do you have anything to say? Because we've got only a finite amount of time, and Dalton has an infinite amount of words.
Yeah. See, this is one of the reasons why people critique on the everything is subjective prerogative as well as like the claims they're making about America and not being honest or objective about it. It just reminds me of the whole saying my truth. Like, no, that's not a truth. That's your opinion. There's a difference between truth and opinion, so don't conflate it.
Oh, and to state or to correct myself with what Nolan Nerd was saying, he was saying that he's saying it to Cantwell. Watch Band of Brothers. That'll get you there. All righty. Dalton or Venkman, what do you have to say?
I'm gonna say this Josh Trillo guy. He is the one that's. I don't think this is even Campbell. This is Josh Trillo who's doing all this stuff because I'm looking at his stuff, and he believes everything he's writing in there, and he's basically putting everything himself insert again because these people do not want a Captain America to stand for American patriotism. They want America as a land of injustice, so they're gonna make him question everything.
You don't need a Captain America that follows the government. The government isn't America. The people are. The Constitution. That's what it is. It's the freaking Constitution. That beautiful piece of paper. That's it.
Well, yeah.
That is what makes America great.
It's the same idiots who will not let Superman say truth, justice, in the American way.
Yeah, because the thing is, Steve and Clark, they fight for everybody, regardless of who you are, what you are, and what you lean politically.
And that is why. That is why when people, we mentioned this the other day talking about patriotic heroes. That is why when people say who is the Marvel counterpart or the DC counterpart to either Superman or Captain America, they point to those characters. Dalton, brief statement if you can.
Okay, three points. Point the first: why is Captain America talking like a freaking dissertating professor? This isn't how this isn't how Captain America talks. This isn't even how a normal human being talks. You don't come into a conversation with siphon speech. Well, I do sometimes, but that's because I spend a lot of time thinking. But that's neither here nor there. Feel free to call me out for calling me kettle black and whatnot. Secondly, stop with all of the abstraction. If you're talking about something, point to it directly. And,
they'll never do that.
And point the third. The description he just gave of his dream is completely compatible with the first American dream he just laid out, as long as you view it in the non-strawman terms of actually what people think instead of the implications of what the writer thinks certain people think. Dumbass.
All righty, let's continue. He says, of course, the people who want to kill me, and we see somebody dressed in what looks like a Captain America outfit, maybe U.S. agent, always seem to know exactly where to find me. And we see that looks like old Captain America costume. And he's beating the crap out of them. And, well, I heard they steal the shield. So Cap gets the shield and hits Steve Rogers over the head. That is one mighty shield. Of course, after all of that in a fight, they decide to throw in a reference to the cartoon. So he wakes up. Sam, you around? I need the Falcon in the air, Brooklyn, ASAP. Also, my shield's gone, and we see Falcon flying over. I guess he'd be what, in Harlem or something? I don't even fully understand what I'm looking for. This guy moves so fast. Okay, he's in Brooklyn. That I barely lay a hand on him, so that means a very fast man. Yes, Sam, one dressed like me. Like in your uniform or like a guy in a 90s J. Crew ad? Falcon, come on, this is serious. Hold up. And he sees, I've got something. I got a line on something moving quickly into Astoria through the park. Definitely a pedestrian and definitely not using crosswalks, excuse me, and you see Captain Puerto Rico here. I guess this is the Captain America from Winter Soldier. He's gunning towards Hellgate. He says we see Captain America. Oh, damn, I'm having trouble keeping up with this guy. So, oh, wait, is this the guy he's chasing? While we're hearing, I thought this was, am I the only one that thought the guy on the motorbike was the one that was being chased by the Falcon?
Sequential art fail. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So no, it's this guy right here, and Steve is telling him to stay alert. So, he's got something planned for the bridge.
Wait. Is there more than one Captain America?
That's what they're saying right now. Like Captain Puerto Rico, there is just do because of the star, and that's what people said about Winter Soldier. The Winter Soldier Cap is on the bike, and that's the real one. That's the one that we've followed, or at least. And the Captain America dressed like old Captain America is gearing for the bridge. So there you go. He's going straight for the bridge. And I'm going to call this one Steve Rogers. I could see him going to try to get him before he reaches the locomotive. And so he jumps off yelling, hey, stop. The guy turns and just gives him an evil grin and throws the shield at something that explodes. And Steve yells, no. And we see a train derail as Captain America runs off, and he yells, hey, he's trying to get away. Sam, try to head him off. Falcon says, Cap, I think we got a bigger problem. And, oh, there's a second train incoming. The freight wreck is blocking the other tracks. I can't push 200 tons out of the way in the next 8 seconds. Cap can't lift 200 tons in any seconds. So he's going to stop a train? Okay, so evil Cap jumps over the train or jumps onto the... No, okay. Good Cap jumps onto the train, telling him to brake. There would be no time to stop in that amount of time. Falcon saves a couple of people. Cap goes flying. If you can hear me in there, stay calm. Help is on the way, says Steve. Don't move, folks. I'm going to get you out. So he bursts in and starts removing the people. It's okay. I got you, son. Hold on a sec. And we see evil Cap, and he's yelling, stop right there, and using my shield to do something like this. And we hear Cap, stop. That's not the thief. And ladies and gentlemen, gay Cap. And he's just saying, I'm trying to help, man. And he's got the Captain America overalls. Who are you? I'm Captain America. Bad jokes will get you. You broke your teeth, son. Give it to me straight. Okay, finally, Captain America's acting like a dude. Frankly, no. We all know you're not Captain America, so stop it with the crap. One thing that I truly freaking hate about comic books these days. Doesn't matter who's wearing the costume. It's the costume. It shouldn't be the costume, especially with Captain America, especially with Superman, especially with Batman. It is not the costume, and it damn well 100% isn't with Captain America. That whole scene, I always put down Captain America number 25 that was in the Secret Empire, where you had Falcon dressed like Captain America, and people who've known the Falcon for years, like, oh, he's so amazing. No. Hey, Falk, you're wearing Steve's clothes. Why? We know who you are, Sam. And you're not as inspiring as Steve. It's a personality thing. What they're saying is Steve Rogers doesn't matter to the costume. Bruce Wayne doesn't matter to the costume. Clark Kent doesn't matter to the costume. Oh, by the way, and with Batman, that's not a costume. Bruce Wayne is the costume. But with Steve Rogers, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. He is Captain America in and out of that uniform.
Yeah,
and that
it's the one thing the movie got right, was that it's about the person the serum gets injected into, not even necessarily the serum.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not the serum. You're right. It's the person that it got injected into. It's not the serum itself.
I just want to say, impersonating Captain America is like impersonating an officer. He should be arrested, thrown in jail. Sorry. I don't care what your sexuality is. You're out there trying to be a vigilante. You can cause people to get hurt. Sorry. You're gone.
Okay, so he said, what's the deal? What's going on here? And the guy's got the lesbian cut. All right. So anyway, he says, I mean, how much time you got? I just ride the rails. Didn't dig home, Dad tried to beat the me out of me. Anyway, left with my boyfriend a few years ago. Broke up, though he stayed in Missouri. And I'm kind of rambling because I'm nervous.
That's a Dawkins cut. That's Wolverine's thoughts.
And then he says, kid, why are you dressed like Captain America? Sorry. Yeah, well, listen, there's a lot of cool people on the rails, kind of like family, but some real pieces of crap too show up. I keep them out of our nice little world. So you're the Woody Guthrie version of Captain America. Oh, timely. Very timely reference there, guys. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. All right. So anywho, wow, Sam Wilson, 2 Captain America. Nope, just 1 for the price of 1. Can't tell you how much it means to meet both of you. You fight for everyone. I mean, everyone. I want to be like that too, except for no, because Captain America just said he didn't. America doesn't stand for everybody, remember? Wow, I appreciate that. I do. We 3 Caps can work together for a bit. You have no idea this kid's training, you ignorant dumbass. Dalton, you have to have something to say about this guy going, hello, kid, we just met on the rails. You want to be an Avenger?
Okay, to start off with, I don't give a fuck that this character is gay.
All right.
And as the gay one, I can say that. I find this to be insulting and pandering and annoying.
Straight white male. I don't give a crap about that kind of stuff.
Right, but you know, just covering our posteriors for the sake of the quote mining. Secondly, even though I just went into why the serum is not nearly as important as the person the serum gets injected into, the serum is important because it gives Steve his powers, which they don't even bother giving Sam half the time, if you know, based on whether they remember it or not. So, what even makes this kid think he has the physical capabilities to be a proper surrogate for Cap? I know the writers like to forget that the serum existed half the time, but they just referenced it earlier in the comics. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask.
Yep. There you go.
Where's this kid getting powers from?
Oh, Jim, I at least was half right. So he says there are more of us, you know, captains. Really, where? More places than you think. So Captain's like, I like the fact like he looks like he's like, I don't really like this. And and there we see I guess this is the red dot from a gun, and somebody shoots at him. Yeah, see, that's Sam. That's why you don't invite the little kid along with no training. What were you gonna say, Venkman?
I was just gonna say I'm gonna go listen to "Come On Eileen" by Dixie Midnight Runners. No,
I know he kind of looks like that too.
Every single time I see with the haircut and everything.
Oh, I swear what I mean. So they say there, and Captain America throws a garbage can lid and knocks the gun out of the shooter's hands, and the shooter dives into the water. Who was that? No idea. She almost killed me, says Aaron. What's his name? Says, you're right. She went right for you. Why the hell? I'm just a kid on a train. Well, you're just like Captain America.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Oh my gosh. Falcon even goes, no, Aaron, you're Captain America.
My question is, why did Cap save him?
He says, not really, though. And Cap says, you said there were more like you. He says, yeah, but it's not some super team, just people we don't even really know one another. And Steve says, but they're out there. Yeah, all over the country, man. And on the next day, kid skipped out on you. Seriously? Yep, right after the doctors patched up his arm, gave him something for the pain. And we see him sitting around, I guess, eating donuts. So that's 3 Captain Americas last night. Nope, just 1. Which I count as 5 caps because I'm worth at least 2 on my own. What we've got is a superhuman pretending to be me and wrecking havoc with my shield. We've also got some loose underground network of Captain Americas. Nope, just 1. I think it's let's see. I think it's Captain's America and an unknown female assassin who almost killed one of them. He goes on to say, she might be targeting the whole network. We got to find these people. Also, hey, watch the crumbs. What about this track star wearing our red, white, and blues? Judging by that train stunt, I'm guessing he wants to sully the shield, cripple what it stands for. You don't think it stands for anything? That was the whole freaking point of the opening. Oh, my Lord in heaven.
I think what's happening here is the characters are acting as the straw man for the readers. Because we as the readers take issue with the writer saying it doesn't stand for anything by way of putting it in Cap's mouth. So now the lesson of this storyline is probably going to be, it turns out the shield doesn't stand for anything, but if the right people are behind it, then it can. That's, I think, what they're going for.
Alrighty, so it goes on to say, here's the thing, just you and I outnumber this bad Cap 50-1 because now I'm counting myself as 49 caps. The joke wasn't funny the first time, dude. And he goes, that's a darn good point. Maybe that's the way to go after this thing. Can we just cut to the part where you ask me to suit up again? And, you know, I look good in that gear. And he says, I got a shield. And Sam says, I've got an extra. And they agree to work together and to be continued. So this was, you brought Too Many, writer Christopher Cantwell, and then Tracks, writer Josh Tehula. The book sucks, and the book is an insult. In all honesty, it's an insult to Captain America. Oh, here we go. Okay, my name is Aaron Fisher. Oh, by the way, notice that the word balloons are in the red, white, and blue. I've been a wanderer as long as I can remember. It's been hard living like this, but I've made the most of it. I see interesting places. I meet a lot of interesting guys. And sometimes when I'm lucky, I get to help people. A friend gave me a tip and a warning. Unhoused kids were disappearing from all over the city. Kids like me. People with nowhere to go and no one on their side. I'd been abandoned before, so I know what that's like. Didn't he say he ran away?
Yeah.
It was a long shot, but I thought maybe I could find them, look out for them in a way that nobody did for me. After all, that's what Cap would do.
Okay.
And look, it's Sam Wilson, Captain America.
Okay, but stop for a second.
Okay.
Did you notice that all of his justifications ended with "because this happened to me"?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but in my opinion, a real hero doesn't do things just because of their own life experience. They do things because of the universal application of principle.
Well, there's
it shouldn't have to happen to you for you to have empathy for those people.
There's a whole Bat family who have been doing things because of the things that happened to them. So, hey, Dakari, how you doing? Okay, I just tuned in. How could someone still steal Cap's shield? By beating it out of his hands. And Tehillium is saying that this is basically V for Vendetta being trashed on. Instead of being V wearing the Guy Fawkes mask, it's Captain America mask. Let's see. I knew there was a camp downtown. I figured if the kids weren't there, at least someone might have seen them. Problem was there wasn't anything left. So I asked around. I know what you're talking about. Those corporate cleared out the whole place weeks ago. I mean, we didn't have any right to the land anyway, and it was theirs, but they decided since they're rich and we're poor, we should leave. And then the kid says, who did? Roxanne. Building a new stadium for the city and getting rid of people like us. Good people. Yeah, by the way, if you wonder why I yelled it, it was because it was, highlighted. Bolded. Yeah, there you go. Everyone pretends like we don't even exist. Why? I'm sorry. Can we stop with this shit right now? Look, I walk through Disney, and it's me and my kids or me and my wife, me and the nieces this last time around. And do you know who I pay attention to? My wife, my nieces. We don't look around. You know what? I don't. So long as you're not hitting me, or if you're in trouble, then yes, I will help out. But nobody. Oh, look at that guy. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Look at that guy.
The thing is that there's no way compared to people they don't exist. When you see people with giant mohawks with different colored hair, they stand out like a sore thumb. So don't tell me we don't see you. We see you. We're just tired of seeing you.
We have to cake everything in the lens of victimhood, because the only people we're allowed to have empathy for are people who are victimized, apparently.
They go on to say the mayor was bragging about removing the, should we say, homeless or the bums? Can we bring back? Can we brag? No. The mayor was bragging about removing the hobo camp. I'm going to say hobo. I want to bring back hobo. What were you saying, Dominic?
I was going to say just tell it like it is. Homeless, not the unhoused. Homeless.
Yeah. Or I want to bring back hobo camp.
That's
let's see. I was the only one who cared where they were going. And we see him run up to one of the trailers. Productivity is down for the desert site. We'll do something about it. Oh, my gosh, they enslaved them. There are plenty more of them on the streets. And we see him look in, and he says, oh, curse word. And then some guy hits him across the face. I had to try. And then when he wakes up, we find out that the guy didn't really do anything to him, but he's with a friend. They got you good, didn't they? You must put up a fight. I'm Adrian, by the way. Oh, okay. He's part of the slave camp. I'm Aaron. I came to help you. Oh, yeah? How's that going? Could be better. Where the hell are we? And then, ta-da! To get their damn stadium, Roxanne agreed to build corporate housing. They rounded us up and left us to rot in the desert. Out of sight, out of mind. They got you off their land. What I think is funny is, A, they got them off their land, and B, here's another thing. Did Roxanne build the shantytown, or did they then say, oh my gosh, we're here in the desert. Okay, let's build ourselves a shantytown. One of the two things happened. Either they got so mad they decided, you know what, we're here. Okay. But they're right over here in the corner. I don't know if you can see this, but there it looks like a gun tower. So I guess the evil corporation is keeping them locked in. So yeah, there you go. Hard to believe we're just a few miles from the highway. Okay, if you're a few miles from the highway, someone is noticing a gun tower with a guard.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is getting investigated today.
Yeah, we have to appropriate victimhood, even if it makes no sense.
Oh my gosh, this is absolutely ridiculously stupid. So what they're saying is they kidnap these people, put them in an internment camp of sorts with a guard and barbed wire and fencing very close to the highway. And this isn't being investigated by the cops, by the anybody's. This isn't already on Twitter, on YouTube, and all sorts of social media that going, hey,
no,
what's
of
going on
course
here?
not, because the system is complicit, though.
Right. That's where they force us to work. Oh my gosh, the homeless are being used as slave labor here too. Now, look, I absolutely believe in sex trafficking. I actually believe that people are brought in and they are put to work like this. I do believe this happens at our border. That's why we got to clean it up. That's why we got to make sure that those kids coming across the borders are separated from the adults for a while, so we can make sure that the kids are with their own adults and not somebody just saying so they can enslave them sexually or through labor like this. But see, that's reality. You don't have to juice it up with freaking walls and stuff like that, and guard towers and the whole 9 yards.
Also, 94% of the unsheltered homeless are men. So are we going to talk about how this is a men's rights issue? No, of course not. We're not going to talk about how it's a men's rights issue or a men's issue whatsoever, because we can't.
Also, so far they've only been minorities in the comic. That's where they force us to work. Some of us have been here for months with no hope for future. We all need to get out of here. We need someone to give us a chance.
So you know they make this comic book better?
Have better writing.
No. Have them working at Walmart or McDonald's flipping burgers and say they're slaves.
Have them work at Marvel. So they go on to say Roxanne thinks they can do whatever they want, and maybe they can. And Aaron says, no, they can't. I've been on my own for a long time, and I haven't given up. We won't let them do this. We have to stand up for ourselves and show them we're not afraid. And we have the gun guy listening to him and says, how are we going to do that? And he says, well, first of all, we're going to pull this weird thing out of my nose. Look, I get it, guys. I get this is a style now, but you know what? It looks like I've never seen a nose ring that didn't look like somebody was snotting something out. Am I the only one? I know I'm old.
You're not wrong. And also, while we're on the subject, can we please make this half-shaved haircut die already? It looks like a pair of shears came to life and you lost an argument with them. That's what it always looks like.
You're in the middle of getting your hair buzzed and you change your mind the last second.
Yeah. And then it takes a giant chunk out because you move.
All righty. Yeah. So he says, I grew up desperately looking for signs that I belonged in this world. It took time, but I found them in an extraordinary people, all united and fighting for a common cause. Friends, lovers, teachers, activists, and heroes. I've always wondered when the time came, what would I do? And then I found out I'll fight guys with guns with a garbage can lid. Oh my gosh, this fight's done before it's, oh my Lord in heaven. Everything felt different when I picked up that shield. Like nobody's going to shoot the kid. I had become more than myself, a symbol to those I was protecting, the legacy of those who fought before me. A promise of hope for the future. Dun, dun, dun. Superhero pose. By the way, you hit people in the head really hard with a garbage can lid. That's not in a perfect circle, dumbass. My name is Aaron Fisher, and sometimes when I'm lucky, I get to help people. I didn't come from much. I have nowhere to go back to. But I can go forward, and I don't have to do it alone.
You know what this reminds me of? You remember the scene at the beginning of The Dark Knight when the kid in hockey pants tries to play Batman and then Batman gets really pissed off at him because he endangered himself? That's this, basically.
Yeah.
But we have to act as though that kid in hockey pants would have been just as effective as Batman, as a guy with a military arsenal and ninja training and all the other crap. Because reasons.
There you
If,
go.
if it was being written like this is being written, that's how it would have gone.
That works if all the guys remember or forget that A, they have guns, and B, bullets go through garbage can lids. So I don't care if you got a heavy duty Rubbermaid lid. That thing ain't stopping a bullet. This is the cover for the next one. So we've got that.
Because they don't need the guns. The kid's a wimp. They could just punch right through him.
All righty, gang. There you go. That is the United States of Captain America #1. Right off the bat, I got to tell you, these people need to learn what America stands for before they write a character like Captain America. And I've said it so many times. I've been doing this now since 16? I think 2016, 2015, 2016, around there.
Yeah, just about there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the things right away that I said was that these people do not find the voice of Captain America. Instead, they put their voice into Captain America. And that happened all throughout this book. The whole idea also that look, I get it. People do good things. This would have actually served better. I don't know if you guys know about this, but in the golden age of comics, they would do comic book stories about real people doing heroic things. This would have served better to be retellings of real heroic stories, and that the spirit of Captain America, the spirit of America, lives within them. Even if it was just, even if it was saying, you know, this person helped this person is making sure minorities can, or immigrants new to the nation could get something done. That would be more in the spirit of Captain America than what we just read here. What we've just read here was an insult to the character, an insult to the reader. The writing is horrible. This is one of the worst books I've read in a long time. And this book angered me far, far more than Secret Empire did.
Yeah, it's not even written as a story. It's half of it is written as a dissertation, basically.
Joe Rogers saying, can't write, more like it. Ha 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 ha. Jim Sorensen saying continuity in Marvel, that's a new 4-letter word, especially in the same issue. Dakari saying Roxxon has been the best piece of continuity in Marvel the last couple of years. You need a bad, evil company. It's Roxxon. Yep. Joe Rogers is saying that I wish the mayor of Seattle would remove the hobo camp at the elementary school. There's a hobo camp at the ML. That's wrong. So they are holding people against their will. Yep. I kind of like the nose ring. I get it. I know I'm old. That's what I'm saying.
I get grossed out every time I see it.
I know I'm old, but anytime I see somebody with one of those nose rings, to me, I want to tell them, oh, you want to greenie check. The semi Mohawk. Maranya saying this Captain America fulfills at least one wish fantasy on Twitter. He's in a relationship with his Falcon. Dun, dun, dun. Nolan Nerd says, I'm not wearing hockey pads. Steve Rogers in First Avengers, he held a garbage lid too. So meta? Not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. But he did it against one guy. And if I remember correctly, that garbage can lid was immediately ripped out of his hands. And he was knocked down again. Writing your voice inside of a character instead of writing the character with his own voice is a trait that little girls do with dolls during study groups for toy companies compared to little boys.
Honestly, if they really want to
nerd, but there you go.
I would have rather
because they see art as a means to an end, so they don't see it as a thing to be respected on its own terms. They see it as something I can use to do X, Y, Z.
There you go. So let's go through with some final thoughts. I already ripped this one. I'm so freaking livid at the treatment of Captain America in Marvel Comics. I want Captain America to die. I want him to have not existed for the last 15 years. That's the way I count it. To me, Captain America was shot in the head at the end of what was it? The Initiative or whatever it was.
Civil War.
Yeah.
Civil War. Okay, yes. And that was the end of Captain America for me because he hasn't been here. he hasn't been around, and the way Marvel Comics is, he isn't going to be here. Venkman, how about you? Give your little review of what we just read.
Like I said, you said pretty much this. This is the anti-America book. Going back and reading that bicentennial celebration of America, we get 5 stories, you know, different time periods, you know, throughout our American history. Much more inspiration, inspiration than this is. This is basically crap. I would have rather. All you had to do is put Robert Venditti or anybody else, even Ed Brubaker, on this, and it would have immediately been better. It would have sold better. Instead, no, this is all pushing agenda crap, and it's just saying America sucks. You know, we're not the greatest country in the world. No, if you don't believe that, you shouldn't be writing Captain America. You should be in America. Get out of the country. It's bullshit. Sorry. Dalton gets one, I get one.
There you go. Dominic.
Well, all I can say is that it's a shame that Alex Ross and Dale Eaglesham were wasted on this issue of the United States of Captain America, because yeah, as it's a piggyback, it's just an insult to the character, and it shows that why some of these modern writers and artists are not being taught of respecting characters and their legacy. I also like that. Yeah, they just see art as a means to an end, just like as Dalton said. It's pretty insane.
Alrighty, and Dalton, you get the last review, man.
Okay, first of all, half of Captain America's dialogue was a useless dissertation that people do not say, okay? Outside of your ivory tower, Chris Cantwell, people don't talk in dissertation, not even people like me who have a fairly erudite vocabulary. Secondly, I'm insulted that this is the gay character that I'm supposed to identify with. Screw you. If you want me to like a gay character, try making them likable. Try making them attractive. Try making them someone that if they came up to me in a gay bar, I wouldn't punch them. Just as a thought. And secondly, if you wanted to tell this story, but you were actually good at writing, you could tell this story. Hell, Game of You is one of the most illustrious comics ever written, and it was written by Neil Gaiman in The Sandman, but nobody had a problem with it because it was Neil Gaiman writing it, and he knew how to freaking write at the time. If you don't know how to write, don't write. For fuck's sake. And stop using art as a means to an end. Art is valuable of and for its own sake, and if you don't understand that, or you don't hold to that principle, there is the door. There are other occupations that can be, go be an academic. If you want to write in academic dissertation language, go do that. It's a better use of your time, and it doesn't make me want to put a railroad spike through my nostril.
Okay, railroad spikes through the nostril. There you go. We have now reached the portion of the live stream where the Germans have bombed Pearl Harbor. Says Maranya, the little boys want to be Batman, little girls want to make Batman into themselves. Says Nolan Nerd. Alrighty, so there you go, guys. Here's the thing. This was kind of fun doing a live bad comic beatdown. If you do like these, let me know in the comments below. Even if you're watching, please let me know in the comments below if you want to see more bad comic beatdown live. What will probably happen though is they're going to go over to Old Man Comics. I think I need to get some eyeballs on that channel. So please make sure that you're subbed. And hold on, Dominic.
Oh, nothing.
Okay. Make sure that you're subbed and you've got the notification bell on there. And as always, if you'd like to help out the channel, you also got the Ko-Fi, everything there. Thank everybody who's already done that. It's in the description is what I was trying to say. And to everyone, all of the true believers that wish this guy right here came back from the dead. Thank you very, very much for watching. You kids have a great night.
Cheers, guys.
See you all later.